Hey guys, hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm hoping to have another scrapping video soon. I have a few things lying around. One of the things is like this big, large, like I guess console for like a treadmill or something. Not the actual treadmill, but the console with the buttons and everything. I have one of those. I'm not sure how I ended up with it, but I did. uh, no way of testing to see if it even works or is functional. So I'm just gonna scrap it. So that's gonna be one video I'm gonna be doing, and I have a few other ones. But I do a lot of video game stuff. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I scrap a lot of video game stuff, fix, sell. Like most scrappers do. But some scrappers do computer stuff and electronic stuff. I mostly look at video game stuff. So I have this PS3 Super Slim, and a common issue with it is the eject button. Either it gets jammed or broken. So obviously the only way to get a game out with these is press the eject button. If the eject button doesn't work, you slip it out. But I don't like, even though it's not I guess a big issue, I would not want to sell this like this. So I'm gonna open this up and see if I can do my little trick with the eject button. The eject button here has some gears in it. One of two things happens. One is the gears break, so obviously the cover, sorry, excuse me, sorry, the cover isn't repairable, so you have to change the cover, which I have a replacement cover. But there's also another little trick. If the gears aren't broken inside, there's a little spring, and there's a way to tighten it. And obviously that's a cheaper method than just buying or finding a new cover, which costs money. So I'm going to open this guy up, and we'll see what the issue is. Kind of simple to open these if you're used to them. Everything kind of slides open, but they do also have some screws that need to be removed to take some of the covers out, but most of them are just slide off on this one. A few screws here when you take out the hard drive cover, sorry. So once you take that out, you remove this screw here, kind of just lift and pull. Yeah, so I don't see, now that I removed the cover, it kind of ejects a little bit, so there's a good chance that the gears are still good. It's just the spring needs to be tightened. There's a few more screws here at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then there's the screws at the bottom. I should have put this on the other side. Let's move the camera on the other side, since usually hold things with my right hand. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a little better. Screws. There's 2 more screws here. 1, 2. we have a couple of screws on the bottom, and then we'll be able to remove the cover and see if the gears are broken or it just needs some tightening. Right, some rubber boots, or some rubber feet, I should say. And we have 4 more screws and we're done. And that should be it. There you go. So it comes out nice and easy, and yeah, unfortunately I can't show you guys my trick because the gears, I'm trying to get a good, there you go. The gears are messed up. And that's why it doesn't open. This guy right here, right there, is broken. It has this little, there's no way of really fixing it because there's like a little plastic thing it swivels on, and once that breaks it's gone. So let's remove that, and we'll use the other cover I have, which works well, but I'll show you the trick with it. So see, this one opens nice and well, so gears are good. So the trick with this, I'll show you guys. Hopefully I can do it properly, not mess it up, because not that it's a little tricky, but you have to kind of remove these 2 screws enough to be able to pop up this little plastic piece up. If you remove it completely, everything just pops out and it's just a big hassle. And all we want to do is tighten this screw, not this screw, but this spring here. So the trick is to just untighten this enough to be able to make that plastic, I guess, support. There you go. So that loosened this up enough, I think. You have to make it, you have to loosen this enough to be able to pick up this gear here where it doesn't touch this. Like that we can turn it enough to make the spring tight enough, and then squeeze everything back in, and hopefully everything else stays in place while we do this. So I need to loosen this up a little more. Almost there. There you go. So now this one is moving freely. So what you're gonna see, they're already starting to pop out. So what you want to do is turn this like this, tighten that screw off, that's not that screw, but that spring up, so it gets more power, and then you push the gear. Once it's tight enough, you push the gear back down so you can keep everything in place, and screw everything back together. Get another screwdriver here. There you go. That's working a lot better. There you go. Look how fast that opens compared to right before. Pops right open. So the trick is, I'll show you it without all my fingers in there. So you loosen these 2 screws up just enough to be able to pick up this clip up and this gear up enough not to be touching this gear here. So the whole system kind of, what would you call it, kind of, well, I wouldn't say deactivates, but the whole system loosens, and nothing is like, you know, kind of in function. So once you pick this up with the spring, everything kind of pops open. Make sure the door is closed when you do the spring thing. So now when everything is loose, you kind of lift this enough to kind of deactivate this whole system, and then you turn towards, I guess, when you're looking at it towards the right. You turn until the spring has a nice tightness to it, and then you push it down to kind of set everything back into place. Push the clip down, screw the two little screws in, and then look how nice and easy that opens. So, like I said, if you have a bad door, it's one of two things. Either the little spring here has lost the tension, so you have to put the tension back, or like I said here, the gear is just broken. One of the little gears broken. It has, like I said, like a little plastic piece that turns on, and once that goes, it's broken. You can't refix that. It's unfortunate. They should have made that. If they wanted to use gears like this, they should have made it in like metal or something, so these things don't break as easily. So let's put everything back together again. Because sometimes even though you tighten it, it might need a little more tightening. Just because, you know, you put all the covers back, all the screws back, and just sometimes in rare occasions it needs that. Okay, that's closed. Let's put those guys back. Okay, that's back. So let's try putting these covers back on and see how it reacts. There you go. Then I'll close it up by myself. Once I know it's working properly, I'll end up closing it myself. So all the covers are in place, and look how nicely that opens. So that's a little trick for these guys. If anyone has any and is having an issue with the door opening, that's one way to fix it. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and like I said, I'll definitely have some scrapping videos up soon. And also like and subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions on what to scrap, let me know.